Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever felt so hurt by people that you just pulled away? You stopped trusting. You stopped sharing. You built walls around yourself and said, I am better off alone. I do not need anyone. 90% of people do this at some point in their life. And 90% of people wonder why they keep losing at work, in relationships, in life. This law from the 48 Laws of Power is going to tell you exactly why isolation is one of the most dangerous things you can ever do to yourself. Information is your oxygen. When you isolate yourself, you stop breathing. Think about a king who locks himself inside his castle because he is scared of his enemies. He thinks he is safe. But what is actually happening? His enemies are outside, talking, planning, making alliances, gathering information. And the king? He knows nothing. He is blind. By the time he finds out what is coming, it is already too late. This is exactly what happens in real life. The moment you pull away from people, from your workplace, from your social circle, from conversations, you lose something very valuable. You lose information. You lose updates. You lose the small talks that actually carry big secrets. And the person who knows the most always wins. Always. Your walls do not protect you. They trap you. When you isolate yourself, you feel like you are in control, like you are safe. But what you are actually doing is making yourself a very easy target. Why? Because nobody is watching your back. Nobody warns you when something bad is coming. You have no allies, no supporters, no one who picks up the phone and says, hey, be careful, something is going on. Robert Greene talks about how some of the most powerful rulers in history fell, not because their enemies were stronger, but because they had no one around them they could trust. They pushed everyone away. And that loneliness, that silence, that empty room, it became their biggest weakness. People who are connected are protected. Simple as that. Movement beats stillness. Always stay in circulation. Power is not a place. It is not a room where you sit safely. Power is movement. Power is presence. Power is being in the middle of things, conversations, decisions, rooms where things are happening. When you are visible, people think about you. When you are active, people include you. But the moment you disappear, people forget you exist. And in the game of power, the person who is forgotten is the person who loses. Think about someone at your workplace who just keeps to themselves, does not talk to anyone, does not join any conversations. Over time, what happens? They get left out of promotions, left out of opportunities, not because they are bad at their job, but because they are simply not in people's minds anymore. Stay in circulation, stay visible, stay moving. So here is your one action step for today. Reach out to one person you have been avoiding or have lost touch with. Just one person. Send a simple message. Ask how they are doing. You do not need a reason. You do not need a big plan. Just reconnect. Because every connection you have is a door. And you never know which door leads to your next big opportunity. If you enjoyed today's law, you are going to love what we covered in our last episode. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. That episode will change the way you carry yourself in every room you walk into. Go watch it right now. The link is right there. This has been Elite Insight Audiobooks. Episode 18 done. Stay connected, stay powerful, and I will see you in the next one.